All right, guys, welcome back into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy, with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. And this morning, our episode is going to continue VeChain. Why VeChain? What in the hell is VeChain? What in the heck is it? Well, we're going to show you what it is. Now, before we do, let's go ahead and get into today's cryptocurrency market cap at 3.3 trillion. We know the big, beautiful bill passed yesterday by one vote. The deciding vote is the vice president, and when that happens, it's decided by one vote. So J.D. Vance signed the one big, beautiful bill, which does a number of things. I think it's $12,000. Get the claim for taxes for tips. If you're a waiter or waitress, it helps out. Nurses, construction workers, truckers, whatever working overtime, helps with that. As far as it helps the very wealthy to not pay as much tax. In doing that, it'll increase our debt by a few trillion or so. So there's a few things going on with this bill. Besides just that, I'm not going to get into it. It's not what today's episode is, but that's an important point to mention, that the big, beautiful bill passed yesterday. Anyway, it does affect everyday Americans. It's got EV credits and things like that in there, or not. What's been added, what's been pulled. I don't really know the details on it, but it has something to do with that. And there are other things too. Okay, Bitcoin's at $107,412 today. XRP is at $2.18. Yes, Ethereum's at 2,400 or so. Dogecoin coming in at 16 cents. Cardano's in at 55 cents today. Chainlink, $13.07. Stellar Lumens is in at 23 cents today. We have a 14-cent Hedera hash graph, and so on and so forth. Excuse me. We are 46. We are 4 points into the fear on the Fear and Greed Index. Please don't forget to tap the like and subscribe down below. It helps us out a lot on the channel if you don't mind. Thank you. Please don't forget to check our affiliate partner link, which we use, full transparency. They are Caleb and Brown. They're awesome. They match your funds 1-to-1. They do not commingle your funds like that bad guy in crypto some time ago, who allowed me to buy a lot of crypto for cheap. Thank you. But not thank you for what he did to the crypto world and to people. What a jerk. Anyway, they do not commingle funds. They keep your funds 1-to-1. When you want your funds, you have access to your assets. They're available 24/7. They use Fireblocks institutional grade custody, which is crucial, and you can sit by and sell orders. You can do whatever you wish to do on there as far as pulling your money off. Make sure your bank is good with it, and you can also pull out massive amounts, 2-3 mil a day, whatever you want to pull. This channel, of course, is never financial advice. It is strictly for informational and educational purposes only, sometimes some inspiration and some entertainment. But let's get over to Fiat Leak, which is showing us where today's pick, which is VeChain. It's never financial advice. You never buy anything because of what we say on this channel. We're never responsible, neither is YouTube, for your financial decisions. They are your financial decisions alone. That would be ridiculous. How silly. We are here for informational and educational purposes. You internalize and do what you will with your money, but we're here to educate and inform, largely inform, really, because all this information you can find out yourself. I'm a talking parrot head spitting it back to you, what I have found. It's all that's happening here. You have access to this info as well. Excuse me, USD, and I guess a little euro and a little South Korean won, the KRW, are moving, excuse me, from their printed currency into these locales. You see, we're going to the U.S. here, euro, and is going to be somewhere in here. And then the Korean won is going to be over here, going to over to the Pacific Rim. Let's get back to us because. Oh, good. Thank you. That helped. Okay. Had to clear my throat, sir. Okay. VeChain. There's so much on VeChain, guys. Where do we begin? We can begin here to answer. This guy answers his own questions. You guys ask questions and answer them. This guy's talking to himself again. Let's check VeChain real quick and just see. Because of VeChain. Where are you, Vet? Wait, what? Where'd you go? Yeah? I'm going too fast. Where's the Vet? How about this? I thought it was around 14 or so. Whoops. VeChain. Let's see. Vet. Okay, so let's take a look at Vet. On the all. First of all, let's look at all-time high, 27 cents right here. So you got a 27 cents all-time high on VeChain. And we're sitting at 2 cents, hair over 2 cents. All right. Before I get into punching some calculator numbers up for us, which I will on VeChain, and some potential buy and sell points for VeChain, never financial advice. There's scenarios. I'm going to show you how much money can be made on a VeChain by someone who wanted to play ball with some VeChain. Talking about me, not financial advice. This is what I do. And double down hard on VeChain at 2 cents. I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you the calculator in a minute. Let's first get to why in the heck VeChain is important, what it is, what it's doing in the world. Sorry, squeaky chair. What it's doing in the world. Let's get to VeChain fundamentals, what it is. It's a blockchain-powered enterprise platform using QR codes with the phone that, you hit your QR code. You scan your QR code with your phone, with your camera, and basically this enterprise platform built to enhance supply chain transparency and efficiency, and also track medicines and things en route to make sure critical temperatures were never exceeded or dropped too low or whatever the temp was supposed to stay at, that medicine never got destroyed by having like a massive spike in temp, let's say. Yeah. Medicines, vaccines, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. And you stay at certain temps. And this technology ensures that when it arrives, it never went above a certain temp because its temperature was being monitored all the time, so that when you tap the QR code on a chicken in the store, anything, it tells you the life of that chicken from cradle to grave. Every place it's been, every farm, every single thing it's been fed, bedtime stories that were told to it, what its buddy's name is on the farm, everything about this chicken. Ridiculous. Now, do you think that might be important to the world? With our smart tech to interface with this additional function, being able to pull up your camera and just go, oh, that's what's going with that piece of meat. Oh, yeah. You know what? I don't think I really like that farm. Oh, it was fed that? Yeah, I'm good. Or, oh, wow. Yeah. Or authenticity of Gucci watches or handbags or fine art or wine. Whatever it is, scan the code. Oh, okay, it really is that. Boom, boom. Something's funny here. Could be a ripoff. Could be a fraud. It's like a $10 trillion market now. It was $6 trillion not long ago. Now it's like 10. It's with inflation and everything happening, but the value of money being eroded, the purchasing power of money being eroded. But yeah. Yeah, almost 10 trill is the ripoff market in the world, being thwarted by the likes of VeChain to a certain degree, helping to keep the world. Blockchain helps to keep the world honest and instill trust in our transactions and our daily dealings. Let's get back on topic. VeChain launched in 2015, originally as part of Ethereum, but migrated to its own chain, VeChain Thor, in 2018. Think of VeChain as what Amazon Web Services, a blockchain for the supply chains. Okay, that's kind of what it is. Um, yeah, that's a good way to say it. I think I'm just I think there's about probably 5 ways to say this with VeChain. I think that's probably a nice, analogy. That's a good one. It provides companies with plug-and-play tools to verify product origins, track logistics, and prevent counterfeiting, as I mentioned. A designer handbag company, for example, can embed a VeChain NFC chip or QR code into the product. The entire manufacturing logistics history, from raw materials to retail shelf, everything about that bag is written to the blockchain as it happens. Immutable. That means it can't be changed. At least it can't be changed easily. For all intents and purposes, it really can't be changed. Enough nodes have to agree to change. They say blockchains can't be changed. I'm pretty sure immutable means it can be changed if enough nodes agree or whatever, but it's just not likely that it could happen. Somebody check me on that. Anyway, pretty sure I have that correct. But basically, it can't be changed. All we need to know is immutable means kind of hasn't happened yet. Like, I'm sure pigs can fly, but hasn't happened yet. But anyway, like a crossbreed pig can be made. The entire manufacturing and logistics history, from raw materials, everything is all tracked. It's written onto the blockchain and viewable by the customers via scan. So you simply just take your phone and scan it and the code, and it tells you everything. Okay. Now, how it actually works, it's got an IoT and a QR code integration embedded into whatever product, and that's embedded. Well, actually, you have a QR. I'm sorry, you have a QR. I want to get this right and not mislead. Yeah, you have an NFC or a QR chip embedded into it, or a code into the product. And then VeChain uses QR codes, NFC chips, RFID sensors, and IoT devices to be able to interface with these products and give you the skinny on what's going on with their authenticity, and their history. Excuse me. Yeah, their history, where they've been before they got to you, and should you buy it or not. Each product gets its own unique ID tied to the VeChain Thor blockchain. VeChain Thor blockchain. As a product moves through the supply chain, manufacturer, shipper, retailer, etc., data is logged at each step immutably, like I mentioned, on the blockchain. I want to know who's doing it. Is it naturally, automatically doing it on its own? Like, because that part, can't that be fudged? That part, that one step, isn't that the kind of the linchpin, the gatekeeping spot, where who's adding this? Yeah, I'm just curious. I think you know what I mean. Tool chain platform. This is VeChain's flagship SaaS tool, which is like absolutely for anybody. Obviously, it's tech talk. It allows companies to drag and drop their supply chain into a blockchain secure system without writing any code. I mean, that's the takeaway here. That's what we can glean from that. That's what that means. It's SaaS tool. Allows for that. It even has templates for food, luxury goods, pharma, medicines, vaccines and things, and sustainability reporting on the happenings. Wow. Whether something is green or not, in other words, because pretty sure that ESG goals initiatives say that All companies have to be carbon neutral by 2030. Now, I don't know if they're going to push that out or not, but this is still a thing to be green in the world. It's important. Dual token model. VET used a store of value. And by the way, VeChain's green, XRP's green, XLM is green, HBAR's green, Algo's green. Algo and HBAR are so green, I'm pretty sure those two might be carbon negative, or one of them is. It's crazy. VeThor is used as gas to pay for the transactions, VTHO. VET is the actual value token for staking. So you have VET is the actual value token. Sorry. VTHO is the gas token for the VeChain blockchain. And companies use VeThor to log supply chain data, keeping costs predictable rather than being indeterministic, the way something like an Ethereum is. Cardano is another one. We'll cover in an episode coming up here. ADA, that is a deterministic blockchain that you know what the fees are before you run your smart contracts and everything through. Companies get real-time tamper-proof visibility from this. This is what we can take away. Customers get full transparency as well, which is crucial about the product origin, everything. Counterfeits, they're practically impossible with VeChain. Do you think this might be useful to the world? Sorry. It's kind of wise guy thing to ask. Do you think that might go up in value? Do you think VET might go up in value in the future, considering they have partnerships with huge global risk management and quality assurance firm and DNV? Also, PricewaterhouseCoopers for auditing and business optimization. I think we all know who they are, PwC. Big accounting firm, one of the big accounting firms. BMW, probably, I think the biggest, probably PwC. I'm not sure about that. BMW tracks car software updates and carbon footprints for BMW. So it tracks car software updates and carbon footprints. Interesting. Walmart China uses VeChain. It tracks pork, rice, and produce on VeChain. Does Walmart China? Bet you didn't know that. Already being used in the world. Well, that's interesting, that VeChain stuff, Frank. But that could be maybe someday if they use it. No, they're already using this. Do you think the price might go up in the future? Oh, I don't know. That's up to you to figure out. You would have to find out the nitty-gritty details the way we did, which we are not going to cover on the channel. We'll cover the surface, superficial stuff like this, the fact that former CIO, Chief Information Officer Sunny Liu of Louis Vuitton China is the head of this project. And the government over there, and I don't like to say the name because channel flags, but that big country that starts with the C over there in the Pacific Rim over there, yeah, they love him. They love VeChain. That's a trick to pull, to be in like that with that government, and they love him. Okay, anyway, you have to put all these pieces together. Now look, H&M Group trials with sustainability, labeling in apparel. To use VeChain, all right, to track their sustainability. Shanghai Gas tracks gas logistics across pipelines with VeChain technology. And I imagine others will as well. And there may be NDAs that they can't disclose that they actually do use them. Norway, in a box, is a seafood export company. They're using seafood export traceability functions through VeChain. San Marino government issued a green carbon footprint initiative on VeChain. All right, global expansion. VeChain's base is in Singapore, but their influence stretches across China, Europe, and South Korea. Their reach is deep in Asia manufacturing hubs where supply chain reliability is everything. And I wonder how this will connect with yet another coin we'll cover on the channel, which is XDC, running on the Zinfin network. That is XD as in dog C, XDC, running on the Zinfin network. They are also out of Singapore. And they digitize trade finance and also are digitizing all the US patents on the blockchain. So, anyway, I wonder what the interplay will be or relationship will be between a VeChain and an XDC at the 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 shipping hubs of the world, or hub of the world like London, some of these other locales, because XDC is being used there already to get guys paid, like instead of waiting 2 weeks. They get paid now because it's on the blockchain. It proves they dropped their everything's there. It's all verified. Boom. See what I mean? So I wonder how that's going to verify authenticity of product with mixing with, interfacing or interacting with XDC, XDC and VeChain. Interesting. Do you see how all of this may start to come together? I don't know. I'm not a fortune teller. Why VeChain will explode by 2028? My case. Why $3 to $5 for a VeChain? Which, by the way, let me just jump back to the calculator real quick in a second as soon as I finish up the details, because this is why we're continuing today's episode. VeChain, because I sidetracked myself, as I am known to do. And I was remiss. I am remiss. I did not cover. I left out certain things about VeChain, which we're covering here, and I will not do it again. I'm going to cover them today. Let me do it now before we get to what a $3 to $5 XR VeChain would look like. Why $3 to $5 for a VeChain in 2028? Real utility, real value. It's not a maybe with this project. That's what a lot of these things are. A lot of these projects are like, well, maybe someday, Frank. Never financial advice on the channel. You never buy anything because of what we say on the channel, because we're not financial advisors. We are here to educate. Well, I would say, okay, interesting thought. No, VeChain is solving actual business problems for actual enterprises right now. We've run through a few of those. Massive total addressable market. What's the total addressable market for XRP? Not VeChain. What's the total addressable market for XRP? Question. All the money. The answer is all the money. Almost all the money. It's not quite, but it's an interesting response. Yeah, total addressable market for XRP is all the money. Anyway, back to VeChain. Since we are essentially an XRP-centric channel here, focused on other cryptocurrencies, such as our lovely VeChain, global supply chain industry, concerning VeChain and how it will affect us $30 trillion as of now. $30 trillion global supply chain industry. Even 0.01% penetration would equal billions of dollars in blockchain transactions for VeChain. Total value locked is TVL, which you can check, and we've done episodes on it. At least one great episode on that. A really good episode explaining it all. Go to DeFi Llama, and you will see what total value locked is of any cryptocurrency project. You will see the 11 billion or something crazy on Solana, or is it Ethereum? Solana might have like 4 billion. I'm not sure. These are large numbers. It's total value locked on the chain. Go check and see. But yeah, what's that going to do to total value locked for VeChain? It's going to send it right up the list. My goodness. It's also eco-friendly and regulation ready for these regulations that are coming right now down the pike. VeChain Thor is low energy and KYC compliant, or know your customer, which means your bank gathers the information on you, make sure that you're legal and you're not a bad person. You know what I mean? Your license and so forth to do the KYC. And also AML, anti-money laundering, as well at the same time. Governments and ESG-minded firms will adopt will adapt it faster than high energy proof of work chains. Of course they will. They're very concerned about the carbon footprint. And like I said, the ESG goals initiatives have all companies needing to be carbon neutral by 2030. Unless they've changed that, we'll check on that. Low supply and market cap is another thing to consider here with VeChain. VeChain's supply is finite. Approximately 86.7 bill max. Okay, now I know it sounds like a lot, but once it starts getting burned up and used by the world, right? Tied up, total value locked. Oh my goodness gracious, with strong token burning via Thor. This makes this 86.7 bill not really be that many, making it be scarce over some time, guys. Making the demand for it to be more, making its price go up. Yeah, basic 99 economics, 99 class economics, at a 0.025 cent price as of mid 2025, a $5 price would be a 200x growth from where we are now, 2.5 cents. And we're actually 0.206 cents or something like that. 0.026 cents or whatever. So yeah, we're at not even 2.5 cents right now. We'll pull the calculator out in a minute. Yeah, it does sound nutso. Utility does not necessarily mean mass adoption. Okay, we've got to wait for time to play out here, but 200x is pretty wacky to be achieving. Depends on time horizons, right? It's not that wacky over years and years and years, but it is over some months, which is why I am shouting as loudly as I can to everybody saying I am not a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. No, 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 no. You don't make any decisions based with your money based on what I'm saying. I'm here to educate. I am shouting as loudly as I can. Holy Christmas world. Do you see where crypto's going coming up here with our new cabinet, our new presidency, our new I never say this properly. Our new White House. I'm just going to say our new frickin' White House. You know what I mean? David Sachs, all these guys, all crypto, and they all wanted to go to the frickin' moon, okay? Including the president. So come on, wake the hell up. That's what I'm saying. Just wake up, please. All right. Now, crypto cycle timing. I say that nicely. Let's all wake up. If Bitcoin to certain things, right? We're all paying attention. What are we paying attention to? We only have so much attention. We only have so much time. I get it. We have to make choices, right? I'm not being a rocket scientist right now. I'm doing this instead. All right? Or whatever. If Bitcoin breaks 150, I mean, it's fine. You know what I mean? If you're on this channel and you are paying attention, you are focused in on this, maybe pull yourself down this rabbit hole just a bit further. Just a bit further down the rabbit hole so you can glean what you need to instead of being too superficial. Get just a little deeper with us on the channel. Just a hair. We're trying not to be too boring and too technical. We'll try to keep it exciting. Bitcoin breaks 150,000 this next cycle. Quality alts like VeChain will ride the wave, obviously. I don't know. I feel like this is what people are telling me to cover on the channel. I feel like it's so freaking obvious, but people don't realize this truth is that when Bitcoin goes up, it raises all boats, all crypto, altcoins, everything else. In the past, we've seen the money dump into Ethereum and then dump into the alts. And then it goes into Ethereum, Ethereum jumps up. Everybody's like, okay, altcoin season, here we go. Because it goes from Ethereum into all the alts, all that money. All right. I'm calling a different trend this time. I'm calling Big Daddy Bitcoin jump, and we're not talking 150. We're talking more closer to 200K, which is fine for a Bitcoin. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm saying probably about 200K. Could be more for a Bitcoin coming up. When that happens, Ethereum just may be skipped this time around, or a massive push that looks like she's gonna, oh my gosh, there we go, on our way past 4 grand, 5 grand, up to 8 grand for, here we go, we're on our way to 8. No, stutter step for Ethereum. I call stutter step. I call a massive dumping of the old Ethereum by everybody who's gonna get their chance to dump Ethereum. everybody sees the writing on the wall that Ethereum moving into the next 3 to 5 to 7 years is the Netscape of the space. Nobody wants to listen to me on that one. But Frank, everything's written on Ethereum. What are you talking about? All the devs love Ethereum. They all develop on it like crazy. They're creating side chains, XRP, and everybody's interrupting. Well, they have to, because if you want to go forward in crypto right now, everything is on Ethereum. You got to interoperate with Ethereum. It doesn't mean Ethereum's going to be around 3 to 5, 7 years from now. You know what I mean? Think about it. Think about it, process, and look at what Ethereum is. Look at how Ethereum is not a decentralized exchange. It's a host. Okay, like Uniswap and these others. We cover videos on this. Uniswap and these other swaps, they're apps running on top. Yeah, they're not DEXs. They're not decentralized exchanges or DEXs themselves. The chains. See, okay, nobody wants to really know like the details on crypto. It's so boring, Frank. Why would I know? Well, if you want to choose the right cryptos in the world to associate yourself with as a human, right? It's not financial advice. If you want to go get into and research certain cryptos, not financial advice. If I wanted to go buy certain cryptos based on my research, not financial advice. That's me. If I want to go buy some things, I'm going to do it based on this. So, anyway, let's just kind of, I don't know. Can we just try to wake up a little bit, please? I'm trying to be so nice to this. I mean, wake up to this. This is a heavy focus. Here are risks of VeChain. There's always risks. There are always risks. Heavy focus on Asia means geopolitical uncertainty. Okay, for VeChains. Oh, it's don't worry about it. We'll be fine with Asia. We always have. We always will be. Too much need and too much of a superpower and too much of a connection and interplay between the United States and Asia. That ain't just going to stop and go away. Please don't be ridiculous, especially not with the, I guess, advent of cryptocurrency technologies and software and blockchain technologies that are going to be automating and running with trustless systems. A lot of what happens on this planet, whether you know that or not right now, they're already doing it at enterprise levels. Meaning, yeah, all the shit we use, all the stuff we use. Sorry. I said I wouldn't swear anymore on the channel. Heavy focus on Asia means geopolitical uncertainty. Okay. Blockchain competitors like Origin Trial, IBM's Hyperledger, or IOTA are supposedly risks. Okay. I don't see how they are at all. There's not one chain to rule them all, and everything's going. They're not competitors. They're going to interoperate in Hyperledger, IBM's Hyperledger, which XLM is using, IOTA, which is MIOTA, which is one of the. You know what's so interesting about IOTA, Internet of Things, which is the internet running. You get access to the internet with all this stuff and data and everything, but you're not on the internet. It's the internet without needing to be connected to the internet. But that's the interesting one, because that is actually MIOTA is the ticker. And I think it's the only one I've ever seen where the ticker is longer than the actual name of it. Because IOTA is not as long as MIOTA, but the ticker is MIOTA. Correct me if I'm wrong. Funny. I could be wrong with that, by the way. Origin Trial is another competitor, supposedly, but there's going to be interoperability between these blockchains, and they're going to connect. So no, that I'm saying no, not. I'm just not trying to dispel risks. I mean, we want to mitigate risk and pay attention to risk as much as humanly possible, but come on, is that really a risk? Still relies on corporate adoption rates to hit escape velocity. Very true, but that's coming shortly with regulation and other tailwinds. Here's the truth. VeChain is one of the cryptocurrencies delivering enterprise blockchain at scale level today. At scale. Not promises, not maybe someday, not if. It's real tech that's being used right now with real partners, real use cases, and a load of NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, that they cannot talk about right now. So if we don't think we're going to get a couple of few Fibonacci sequences out of this, at least I would say one full fib sequence, maybe two out of this next bull run for VeChain. You just ain't paying attention to this. You're paying attention to other things. It's okay, but not to this. The truth is you are paying attention, just not paying attention to this, but that's okay. No worries. Never for financial advice on the channel. going to jump to what a $3 to $5 VeChain looks like. To share the screen, need to share the screen to do that. Going to have to pull away from my face. I'm pretty sure to do that. All right. So we have a 27-cent all-time high VeChain right here. Okay. When we grab the calculator and pull a, well, you know what? Let's do this. We're saying a $3 to $5 VeChain. I agree. I usually don't see predictions like that. At least I have not in the past, and I think that has changed more recently as VeChain has gained more attraction concerning fundamentals and real world tailwinds, and with their developments and partnerships in the world, and also their tech development and things like this. And just God, I can't. I'm not going to run through all of it. I sidetrack myself because there's so much. I go down rabbit hole after rabbit hole. I need to stick to the point here. 27-cent VeChain. Let's pull a 10x and say $2.70, right? A 10x. Okay. I'm gonna call it $3. A $3 VeChain. Okay, fine. 10 grand dropped on a VeChain. Just 10 grand. It's not even a tenth of a Bitcoin. Come on, stop being so wimpy. Frank, not you. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy anything. This is a calculator exercise. Guys, come on. I don't know. 50 grand. Have some guts. 50 grand. Captures 2,427,000 VeChain. Call it a couple milski, because you've got to give to the exchange for the, whenever you purchase on the exchange, you got to give your percentage. Call it 242,000 VeChain. Okay, fine. 242,000 VeChain times $3. $726,000. Not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. That's a calculator exercise, and that is what is possible on a. Oh, I was wrong. That number wasn't right. Sorry, it was 2 million. Yeah, that's the number. Sorry, guys. Times 3. Sorry, I was off. Yeah, that's $7.2 million for 50 grand. Not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. That is a calculator exercise. That is if an individual purchased $50,000 worth of VeChain right now at 2 cents, they would have 2.42 million shares of VeChain. When it goes to $3, it's 7.27 mil before taxes. And when it goes to, I'm just approximating, which is fine. For how many shares? 2.42 mil. When it goes to, it's $5 per share. I will realize 12 mil before tax. Now, what kind of games are we playing here with this crypto stuff? Those of us who have a grand additional beyond what is required to pay whatever, try not to have a car payment if you can. That's always my suggestion. Never financial advice. Try not to do that. Try to have the car paid for. I'm sorry, car guys who want to sell these new cars. It's an opinion. It's simply an opinion. I've taken them on. I've taken one on recently. Now I don't like them. It is what it is. It's not a smart financial move. We pay them very quickly when we get them, and I do very quickly. We also don't buy new cars. We let that cost burden be absorbed by someone else pulling those wheels off the lot. They're just thoughts. You do what you want with your money. These are suggestions. Now, here's the deal. When it comes to VeChain, back on topic here, those of us who have an additional whatever it is, never financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, an additional $100, an additional $500, we only start off slowly in investing, okay? And, people don't come into investing and just start with, $100,000, and you got some cake, you could do it, but no, most folks can't do that. Most folks, so who invest that you're seeing being very successful have a lot of time in the market. This is not a get rich quick fast thing with investing, in my opinion. This is not financial advice. In my opinion, this is how I see it. So be very careful. This is not your financial decisions are yours alone, not mine. This is for educational purposes, and these are calculator exercises. And I know I keep not going back to the screen with my face, but I'm doing this purposely because I don't want to go back just yet. I didn't forget. I'm sorry I'm not showing my face, but I will in a second. The full screen, I mean. 12 mil. Okay. I will go back to my full face, though. I guess that's enough with that. Here's the deal. All right. Sorry, I should have gone back earlier. I'm getting better, though. You got to admit I'm getting better. That's for my production guy. Guys, 12 mil? What are you talking about for 50K? Yeah, those of us who haven't, not everybody has it, but if you can afford $100, $500, it starts like that. It's not financial advice. That is how individuals do it. If they can afford $50, $100, some folks do have a lot of dough at the onset, and they're like, the way I play, what you guys do is $50. For me, that's 50K. I'm sorry, but I have that. That's my bubblegum money. That's my extra money is 50K that I can toss around, and it's okay. That's the level. There's always a bigger fish. Life is made of levels and degrees of things, right? There's always those who have, to another person next to them, a big dog who owns a bank or whatever is going to say, 500K is kind of like that $5 for this person, or your 50K. That's like 500K for me. It's not a big deal. Boom! You got the multi-billionaire who's like, 5 mil is kind of 50 mil is kind of my $5. I can't afford to come in with 50 mil right now. Okay, so there's levels and degrees. Obviously, there are those who can come in with 50K right now, and when they do, and there's those who can come in with 500K right now. You guys, 500K on VeChain right now. Hold on, let me drop in $500,000 on a VeChain at 0.0260 cents. Okay, 24 million shares of VeChain approximately times $5. If somebody did drop that 500K on the old VeChain and capture the 24 million shares at a hang on one sec. I'll get back to my face. Yeah, it's 121 mil. Sorry, guys. That capture before taxes is 121 mil for a payday on a $5 VeChain. If $500,000 are dropped on a VeChain at 0.02060 cents, that buys 24,200,000 something VeChain times $5 is, what did I say? 124 mil? 121 mil. It's 121 mil made on VeChain for dropping 500K. Boy, oh boy. Sorry. That thing down. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize that was up. Yeah, so, guys, tell me what you think in the comments here. We're going to cover a new coin each day. We doubled up on VeChain. Tomorrow, stay tuned for our... who are we going to cover tomorrow? Let's cover XDC tomorrow. Jot that up on the board. Then we're going to get to Cardano and some others. We're actually going to cover Bitcoin. We're actually going to cover Ethereum, Solana, and some other coins because we are open to the Bitcoin community. We used to be XRP maxis, but we're not anymore. We've turned tail and grown up in the crypto space and stopped with the tribalism, as all of you might want to think about doing. Full transparency, on the channel, we own Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, a number of these things. I would like to see them go up in value as well. I'd like to see them go to the moon. We're going to end this cast for today. Tomorrow, let's cover XDC, tomorrow's topic. So please tune in around 6 a.m. It's 6 to 6:30 a.m., somewhere around there. The camera difficulty. I mean, come on. We're not Fox News. I mean, come on. Really? We do the best we can. I think it's 6. I mean, we're not giving you cable guy hours. I mean, 6 to 6:30 is not too bad. All right, guys, we love you. Have a great day today. Enjoy this. And by the way, I hope you have happy plans for the 4th of July coming up here. I hope you're going to enjoy it on this coming Friday, 4th. Excuse me. And I hope it turns into a great, safe, fun, be safe, be smart, have fun, push the fun limits if you like, but be safe, please, be smart, and enjoy your holiday weekend. We love you all here on the channel, and we will see you tomorrow morning at 6 to 6:30 a.m. on Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with Frank the Crypto Tank. Tap the Caleb link below and check them out, please. And please tap the like and subscribe. We love you. Have a great day today.